makes sense. Oh, can you talk a little bit about your competition prep? Like maybe like 3 weeks out, like how you treat that? Because I have a lot of friends of mine that are competing, and you know, like I am helping them with like their training and stuff. But when it comes to something like that, I've never experienced it, so I'm like, fuck, dude, let me ask around. So
I actually just like last week, I just filmed an instructional. It'll be on BJJ Fanatics called Pre-Match Ritual. So I break down exactly what I do pre-match. So about 4 weeks prior, you know, I give you an example of the diet and style of training that I'm doing to prepare for this specific rule set. In addition to that, to kind of like sum it up, there's a few things that I do preemptively to competition before competition to really give me an advantage. So when I get to the venue, I'll pull up in the venue like an hour and a half before, look at the venue, just kind of expose my senses to that area, right? Then I'll go find a corner. I'll put the lights out. Maybe put on some cool slow music. Shut your eyes. Limit your sensory intake, right? Because like, I mean, I've just heard this somewhere, and I kind of believe it, that there's only so many decisions that you can make in a day, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, my personal experience, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty taxed, and you know, you're a bit foggy than as opposed to early on in the morning. So I'll limit the scrolling on your phone and whatnot, limit the conversations, and just like shut the mind and body off and cruise. Now, about 45, 30 minutes before competition, then I'll start warming up. I'll put the hoodie on, I'll put the competition gear on, and I'll do a few different things. I'll do like a jog walk, sprint jog to like boost the heart rate and then slow it down, then boost and slow it down. Because what gets a lot of people exhausted in competition is going from steady heart rate to, oh shit, we're in a fight, you're spiking, and then and that's what really gets you exhausted, right? So have your get your cardiovascular system acclimated, right? Have everything pumping, expanding, and contracting. I almost think of the cardiovascular system as like a balloon, right? You go to the dollar store, you get yourself a balloon. First time you fill it up, kind of fucking hard, right, to blow it up. But once it's expanded, you could blow it up even bigger.
That's a good analogy.
That's great. So that's kind of how I see the cardiovascular system, and that's how I treat the warm up. So when I'm warming up, I do a couple jog, sprint, whatever, and then I'll grab a person, or I'll get my hands on somebody. I'll drill a little bit. I'll do some bad situations. I spend a couple minutes on like bottom out, escaping, a couple of my worst positions. And then after that, I'm usually pretty hot. I'll keep my gear on, keep the hoodie on and stuff until right before we go out. And then I also mentally, I have an element of fun in there, right? It's too easy to be like, oh, my girl's watching, my family's in the crowd. I gotta win. And it's like, again, being emotionless is what you need to be in order to compete well. Mm-hmm. So separate yourself from that. Have an aspect of fun. Be like, I appreciate the opportunity to compete. Not everybody can go out here and compete like I'm about to do. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to implementing the skills I've developed. So having an element of fun in there takes the anxiety away and just puts you at ease, and it just helps you focus on the specific task. There's guys in front of you, you got to get it done.
That's a pretty methodical like thought process in how you do that. Like, is that something that over time you've learned from different coaches, different people? Because like that's
in jiu-jitsu is not really like it has not talked about like how you should treat your pre-match like ritual, mm-hmm. but in wrestling it's huge, man. Like, you know, because you compete so often, so it's good to establish something that like gets you ready every single time, something that you can be consistent in before you compete. Like, granted, you know, things are going to vary, but you can always do a few things that are kind of similar, and to get yourself in that mentality for competition.
Yeah. No, that's huge, because like whether it's a competition or a game or whatever it is, that's the factor that changes because of venue. But if you can have something that just stays consistent, something you do every time that can get you in that zone, that's a big deal.
And doing it in practice sometimes too, like on the lead up to competition, when I'm training, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to warm up exactly how I would pre-match. That way when live rounds come, I'm on.
Yeah. Para Project family, how's it going? Now, Piedmontese Beef is a company we've been eating literally for years now, because they have some of the best beef on the market, tons of cuts, tons of different types of beef. Check them out. Andrew, where can they get it?
At Piedmontese.com. That's PIEDMONTESE.com. And at checkout, enter promo code POWER to save 25% off your entire order. And if your order is $150 or more, you get free 2-day shipping. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
You still want to be a model?
I still am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm still signed with Wilhelmina. I haven't done like a shoot in a while because I live in Texas, so maybe it's been a year and some change since I've worked with them. I actually had an offer to do the Nike campaign, but it was the same weekend as the Gordon Ryan match. So I was like, I gotta do the match instead because it wasn't a lot of money, but it was good. It was good exposure because I would be like on the Times Square, like in Nike stuff.
Damn,
but maybe next year.
Did you get a lot of offers from the podcast that we did where you were shirtless?
Yeah, actually, actually being on this podcast really boosts my career. So thank you.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Whatever we can do to help.
Have you had a chance to actually work with Hani over at Evogen?
Yeah, I actually did a podcast with Hani, and I lifted with him at his gym in Dallas.
Oh, he put you through the ringer, huh?
Oh yeah, he hooked me up. I was still like in recovery my bicep at the time, so it wasn't super crazy, but I definitely learned a lot about like, you know, how to properly stretch and contract the muscle, and like kind of the mentality that you should have when you're going through certain movements, and the speeds, how different speeds treat your muscles. Even like a curl, doing a half curl versus like top half or full range of motion, like everything matters. Every angle that you change, it all makes a difference.
Pat Project family, we appreciate you checking out this clip. Check out another one. Just go check out another one. Or comment down below and let us know what you liked about this one. But we love you guys, and we're going to keep bringing you the heat. So comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, okay? Peace.